but we came to make a fight. You said we were tailor-made, so that made me feel as if the guy wanted to fight us.
You know,
he was over there holding.
He was faking the funk.
He was
trying to pretend
faking it like
right?
But
Look,
he was
get him
over
on
there.
camera. Dontae boxing.
Hey,
Who was it?
Put him on there. Because he was over there like he was really getting it.
He was over there like he was.
It was the last minute.
Get it out of here. He got all of it, but I was like, wait a minute, you closed.
You know why? He got too much footage of them girls in the beginning in his intros. He wasted all his footage on that. Having mentioned the competition factor of the sport, is it frustrating to either one of you that you have not been able to get Kell Brook back in the ring for you?
No, we didn't even let that frustrate us because, you know, the writing was on the wall, just like you read right here, Los Angeles Lakers, you know what I mean? As soon as the fight was over, the first rankings came out, and, you know, I'm like, okay, where they drop us? Number 2, you know, maybe 3. We're not even in the top 25, okay? So a blind man can see that. You know, that's not hard to understand or to realize that this was done strategically for a reason. You don't like what I'm saying, then why did you do it? You know what I mean? Moving forward, beyond that, you know, there was no frustration because, you know, as you can see, he's not fighting any top-rated fighters. He's not fighting anybody of record, any big name. The guy he's about to fight now is the guy that lost to the guy that he already fought. He fought Jojo Dan, but Jojo Dan fought in the title eliminator and beat Bazir. So he's already knocked out Bazir, and now he get to fight the guy that lost to the guy that he beat.
And he fought Frankie Gavin.
And he fought Frankie Gavin, you know what I mean? And it is what it is. God bless him. Sit back, hold out for Amir, hold out for Floyd, and all of you guys keep holding out, you know what I mean? And do what you do, but we want to fight, you know what I mean? And this is nothing new to us, and going back to what Keith said about us bullying on smaller fighters, we always fought bigger fighters. Last time I checked, Rodriguez is up here, Demetrius is up here, Danny is up here, you know what I mean? No, we didn't fight him. We fought Jesse Hart. Jesse's almost 6'4". Yes, we beat Jesse too. You know, we fought Willie Monroe. You know, the guy we beat that won the Olympic gold medal for Ukraine, Alexander Usyk, 6'3.5", left-handed, fighting at cruiserweight, and is about to take over the cruiserweight division just as soon as they get him over here to America. And when I took a world team to Ukraine, and they were on the stage and showing off all their medals and everything, and talking about how great they were, and they had their flags, Ukrainian flags and everything, and all we had was this little American flag, and I was over there getting heated and everything, and they was talking about how great they were, and they are great. They won a lot of medals, and Usyk was one of them. And I told my interpreter, I said, you tell them that my son beat him. And the interpreter interrupted and said, you know, they were on the podium. He said, hey, he says his son beat Usyk. And Usyk looks over and said, yes, he did. So no, we don't fight smaller guys, and we don't bully on smaller guys. We're fighting whoever's there. Keith, you're going to be the bigger man that night. Make sure you come in and you sit down and you knuckle up. Buckle up, knuckle up.
Do you think there's a double, you mentioned your last, the opponent you lost, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Kell Brook.
Kell Brook, thank you.
You know why you drawing a blank on his name? Honestly, nobody really cares who's hollering his name out to fight. You know, Keith ain't trying to fight him, or Danny's not trying to fight him, Paulie's not trying to fight him. Nobody, you know what I mean? Nobody's trying.
Do you think there's a double standard with white fighters being able to fight these bums like Triple G?
Well, Kell Brook's not white.
Kell Brooks, and black fighters consistently have to upgrade. Like you guys, Floyd Mayweather's, you continuously have to outdo yourself. Broner, you continuously have to outdo yourself.
In other words, do you agree that there's racism still in boxing?
Watching that Stacey Dash situation.
No.
You know what?
Floyd Mayweather.
You know what?
Conor McGregor.
You know what? I'm not
touching.
touching any of that because, you know, it doesn't matter to me. It's just like when you ask the question about the credit. We're not looking at if we're getting an easy fight or somebody else is getting an easy fight. I'm looking at, which I ain't gonna waste no time on the Kell Brooks situation, but I looked at it and I said, okay, they took us out of the top 25. He started fighting these guys over here. We can see exactly what they were doing, and that's the way they want to run their business. Okay, fine. We've got that belt. It's at home. You know, I don't think we could have flew to England, grabbed that guy 81 times in the first round and got a decision. I just don't believe that would happen. Anybody can say what they want to say. You could say he got beat up and knocked down and almost none of that happened. None of that happened. The kid comes out of the fight, you know, more scuffed up from the holding than any of the punches. So, you know, here we go. Keith said, you know, well, I was sitting ringside when he fought Kell Brook. Well, did you take notes on that, Keith? Get your grip game together. Bring that to the fight ring with you along with the running game, and bring all that in and get that started, because, you know, that's what you're going to need on fight night. You're going to have to, and we're not going to, you know what, we're not going to allow that to ever happen again.
What's the answer for the clinching?
The answer for the clinching, first and foremost, clinching is allowed. I don't got a problem with clinching. Clinching's allowed. It's when you
excessive holding.
you become, you know, it becomes excessive in your holding and you're impeding the process of the fight. So I don't have a problem with the clinching. You're going to clinch us, we clinch, you know, whatever that happens. But the answer to that is like a guy like Shane Mosley that will come in and grab a hold of Shawn and twist Shawn up and hold Shawn. We have to work our way through that when we spar with Shane, and that makes it really hard. But Shane is a teacher in that respect, that he can get in there, and he's still got fast hands, he's got great power, but he can get in there and put some different holds and locks on Shawn, and it helps Shawn, because it gets frustrating to him and he has to learn how to work his way through it. So we're going to definitely bring him in for that as well. But we're going to have some guys that are moving all over that ring. We're going to have some guys that are check hooking, Keith. You want to throw that check hook, you know what I mean? We're going to have some guys that, we got guys in there, you know, that's bringing the power. So we're going to be prepared. And we didn't just start training for this. We've been training for this since the Bronner fight. You live in Vegas. You know we ain't never stopped. Yeah, we ain't never stopped.
Comparing Keith Thurman to everybody else you guys face, would you say he has the most difficult style out of everyone? I mean, you guys been doing it for so long.
He ain't got a camera.
I told you, I got a backup cameraman.
Backup camera.
I think, I think so. I think, you know, Keith has always had the power, and he's really coming to himself as a boxer now. I think he moves pretty well and gets guys off balance. So I think the good thing about it is I'm a fighter that can punch and move at the same time. You know, you move to the left and I'm not twisting my feet up to get to you, you know what I mean? So it just, this fight all the way around, like I've always said, is going to be a really, really good fight, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Do you guys put a lot of stock in